Look at this. It is the ultimate symbol of love. It is rare, it is precious, and it is completely worthless. For over a century, you have been lied to. Diamonds are not rare. In fact, they are one of the most common gemstones on Earth. So why do they cost 2 months of your salary? Because one single company decided they should. This is the story of how a ruthless cartel hijacked the free market, brainwashed the world, and invented the most expensive illusion in history. Welcome to Empire Anatomy. Our story begins in South Africa. In the late 1800s, massive diamond mines were discovered. Suddenly, the market was flooded with tons of diamonds. Basic economics says when supply goes up, prices go down. Diamonds were about to become as cheap as wood. But one man, Cecil Rhodes, had a different plan. He realized that to keep diamonds expensive, he had to control every single diamond coming out of the ground. He bought up the mines, crushed his competitors, and formed a company, De Beers. But to understand the monopoly, you must understand the monster. Cecil Rhodes arrived in Africa as a sickly, asthmatic teenager, sent away by his parents just to breathe better air. No one expected him to survive. Instead, he conquered a continent. He wasn't just a CEO, he was a warlord. He used private armies and the world's first machine guns to slaughter anyone standing on his diamond fields. He became so powerful that he literally named a country after himself, Rhodesia. His greed had no limits. He famously looked up at the night sky and cried, saying, "I would annex the planets if I could." I often think of that. It makes me sad to see them so clear and yet so far. Ideally, he wanted to own everything. Since he couldn't own the stars, he decided to own every diamond on Earth. By 1902, De Beers controlled 90% of the world's rough diamond production. They didn't just own the mines, they owned the supply. If prices started to drop, they simply locked the diamonds in vaults in London, creating an artificial scarcity. But in the 1930s, disaster struck. The Great Depression hit. People stopped buying useless shiny rocks. De Beers was in panic. They had vaults full of diamonds and no one to buy them. In 1938, De Beers sent a desperate message to NWA, a Madison Avenue advertising agency. The problem was simple. Americans thought diamonds were a waste of money. The agency's solution? Don't sell the stone, sell the emotion. They launched a campaign not to advertise diamonds, but to literally change reality. First, they infiltrated the news. They gave diamonds to the British royal family and Hollywood stars, demanding they wear them in public. They wrote fake news articles describing these jewels as essential for any romantic union. If you saw your favorite actress wearing a diamond, you didn't want a ring anymore. You wanted her life. But their genius was darker. NWA realized the best customers were the ones who weren't married yet. They sent lecturers into high schools across America. Yes, high schools. They taught teenage girls that diamonds are a girl's best friend before they even had a boyfriend. They groomed an entire generation to demand a diamond ring as a birthright. Then, they targeted the men with pure psychological warfare, the salary rule. In the ads, they explicitly stated, "How can you make 2 months' salary last forever?" Think about the brilliance of that. They didn't just set the price, they shamed you into paying it. If you spent less than 2 months' salary, the ad implied you were cheap and your love was weak. Finally, in 1947, they created the ultimate anchor. A diamond is forever. This wasn't poetry, it was a financial safeguard. By linking the diamond to eternal love, they made sure you would never ever try to resell it. Because who sells their love? By killing the resale market, they ensured the diamonds you bought became financially worthless the moment you left the store. Are people really so naive that they believe this? Absolutely. Today, the monopoly is broken, but the illusion remains. We still pay thousands of dollars for pressurized carbon, simply because a dead businessman from the 1800s wanted to be rich. Diamonds are beautiful, yes, but remember, their value is not in the stone. It is in the story they sold you. If you want to uncover the dark history behind the world's biggest industries, from oil barons to drug cartels, hit that subscribe button. This is Empire Anatomy. See you in the next dissection.